Okay, so apparently I just had a major hiccup again. So am I not? So apparently it hiccuped on me again. So this is getting super aggravating. Kind of angry about it. Why? That's just dumb. Anyway, I just had a strange freaking dream, which I'm gonna have to edit in some freaking point. And I'm suffering from PTSD. Remedy to make memories away, which means alcohol. And then he's suffering from PTSD. I can't believe it freaking canceled on me. Piece of freaking garbage. So, my sanity, I have nightmares right now. Edward Pierce, a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He was one of the few survivors of the lost battalion. American units that suffered heavy losses from enemies and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost to their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your conviction, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Now, I'd like to point out one thing very important in that statement. Probably the most important part of that statement. Your perception of reality. It's a Cthulhu game. Let's just, let's be honest. I don't have any information on Darkwater yet. My investigation agency, my private detective agency, contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me, and they've been busted in the fall. One small-time case follows the other: adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed. I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. This place is mine for the moment. Very much everything's in disarray. Inventory, lighter. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Battalion Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. So that's where we're at. I like the songs.
I used to be an avid reader.
Well, nifty.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Well, that's depressing. I just heard a horn.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had concluded. Well. Item team case closed. The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed the case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who got proof against you. Well, I never.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
There's Hoover. Boston Strangler escapes from state mental ward. Lost to sea here at Saturdays for H Day.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Prohibition. Oh.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Well, that's your fault, brother. Okay, I've got my... Oh.
I'm listening.
A private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
Oh,
That's correct.
that's me.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth.
Oh,
I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
really?
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Allocate your character points. That's an interesting way of doing it. Occult. Oh, 7 are available. Ah. Okay, that explains that. Yeah, why not?
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date.
No, they won't.
And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
No.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors.
Yeah, you do.
And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Don't know how I feel about the graphics yet, but we'll figure it out. Let's see.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem.
Did you now?
And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
I expect you were to pay.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
Well,
Come to me. It means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool.
bald head gives
Sarah,
away.
my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie.
This-
She would never have done such a thing.
This is called
But
Cthulhu.
if you have no proof,
Everybody's
I
crazy.
brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
what am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
So I'm gonna start out here, and I'm gonna be me. I don't like how they switch engines. I don't know if they switch engines or something, but it's messes with me in the volume, so I'm gonna apologize.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Okay, consult diary. Sanity and pain. Dr. Cthulhu repeating the long. Oh no, that's not it. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Okay, that's where we're at now. Stephen Webster, Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he's compiled in order to know about the case. So, this is almost exactly like the Sinking City started out. Unreal Engine, big chunks of Dead by Daylight screaming at me because that's what I've been playing, but the hair texture is the original setup. It looks like brush strokes. Textured.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label, some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Sinking City. The police report, it says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on the domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? It's called a Cthulhu game. Everybody's nuts. Let's just be honest. Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They lived a reclusive life with their only son, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
She didn't take the pain lightly. I read her mental footage of the police report. Something's not right with the story.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
She's a great painter. The painting is linked to the case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind this all. Let's find out about Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Man, it just seems like there's something...
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
No.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
That was a rough body transition.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Well...
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Dark water. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
So, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna regurgitate for a moment. Because... So, this is my deal. This is like starting almost exactly like The Sinking Sea, which I understand the IPs change hands. So, a lot of this is more of... I can understand where this is like a little more not as easily grasped in some ways. Because it's a discussion of retaining one's honor after death, and that my daughter wasn't nuts. I get that. But there's a lot of things that are like, as an outsider, trying to shut off. Which is hard to do. Because I'm like, oh, it's Cthulhu, obviously. But the desire to find out stuff. We're going to this place.
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to nightmares. But for a while, the effects have been wearing off. Well, I never. I got more. Great. Have a drink. So there's an obvious karma statement, or that's what I call them, fallout. Isn't a karma setup, so I do something to make a reaction.
Dark water is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
So, side note, when you two decided to take a dump on me, part of the dream had a bunch of whales in an underwater cavern. I'll record that at some point and put it on there and try to fix it. That makes me so irritated. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and still rich with many memories left to its lost tribes. Don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature stole ornate the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it at sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
Okay. Can I open? A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. First volume lists all illnesses known to the civilized world. It details symptoms and suitable treatments. Oh. I got a progression. Oh, that's nifty. Okay. Very RPG-like. I can dig. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. I gained a credit point for opening a door. Character point. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of an island of dark water. The place seems to be a starting point for Pierce's investigation. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And I'll be honest. Part of this game seems kind of janky. Like it shouldn't be that way, but it is. It's very obvious that it was more optimized for a controller than it is a mouse and keyboard. So, you're loading these large areas at once. Very kind of old school. Enter madness. Kind of cliche at points. I don't want to skip. I want to see the cutscene. Ooh, license-free music. I like. By the way, if you're in chat, feel free to chat. I'm on a boat. Oh, Focus Home Interactive presents. A game by Cyanide Studio.
We're almost there.
Call of Cthulhu. Skilla. Skilla? Skilla? Skilla.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Okay.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Talk to Fitzroy, consult journal. I'm gonna look around because it's kind of set up. This is the office. This is the bar. There's people talking. So, where are we at? What are we doing?
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Okay.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Crabs?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address.
Man.
Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You
Nope.
can see that I'm busy, can't you?
No.
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Get it? Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You
The
can't.
blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
No.
You can't understand. You're
Your
not
mouth
sailors.
is messing with me.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back.
Okay. So we got one of the dead whales, which was there earlier. Kind of weird place to leave a lamp, but whatever.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Okay.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge
nothing
rats
for you
don't
here
scare
either.
me.
Beat
What did he
it.
call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a
There's
pox
nothing for you
puppet.
here either.
You think we
Beat
don't
it.
know what-
It's kind of an artificial way of killing, keeping you in the area.
Shut up your big mouth once and for all.
I like the atmosphere. That's great, but I'm gonna go to the bar. I need a drink. Okay, cutscene again. Awful lot of cutscenes.
Hey, be careful.
Doing a lot to set the world up right now, which I appreciate, but
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Man, dude, I'm going for it.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Yeah, that works.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Yeah, that's fair.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Okay, so point out the obvious here and jump in chat if you'd like to throw in your own statements. The whale got stranded and died there on the beach. Just throwing it out there. A lot of pain and stuff, but glory, a lot of money. Just throwing it out there.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
We already started, bud.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Okay.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Okay, so this is kind of a setup system like Fallout, so I can do this.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
I pooped the bed already, and it's not even
That'll
that
be
far
all
game.
for now.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Do you like our song?
Yeah.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
So that's why.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
Ooh.
They all disappeared.
Sassy.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last.
The biggest. The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Miraculous catch.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
Okay, what is it?
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you.
Darn,
Our
they're
grandparents
sassy.
tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Okay, a book. We'll go with the obvious, but I wonder what it
The
is.
miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
We had given up hope the crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater Port tail Tuesday afternoon, Locals immediately rushed to docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Okay. So that's why everybody's all like, I don't. Okay, that makes sense. Everybody's like, I don't want to give up the whale. It's bad juju.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Nope.
I told you to beat it.
Man, you pooped the bed. You are pooped the bed, dude. I kind of like that. I want to get beaten. Nope. Okay. Yeah, you do one thing, and it's... I kind of like that there's no redo. It's kind of nifty how they did that. I like that. It makes a... different playthroughs. I probably shouldn't look through his desk. But I'll talk. I'll talk to him.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the door because I'm not raised in a barn.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payments to the carrier, Cat. Okay. That must be the lady type in the bar.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Okay, that's... I'm missing something. Okay. It seems to like me more in medical stuff. That's kind of weird for a game, but hey, why not? I really shouldn't be snooping around. Why is it green?
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
I didn't think Fitz...
What a macabre souvenir.
For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure that's a seal stick. So... I don't... Did Fitzroy have a peg leg? Because I don't remember him having a peg leg. Which probably sounds like a weird statement, but... He's got no peg leg, but it looks a lot like him.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Let's talk about Darkwater.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
I'm gonna point out something. If I had mentioned cat or the picture or anything else, that means he knows I've been snooping around in his place.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor.
I did.
It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
So now we're getting into realms of Innsmouth and that kind of deal.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
It's a big one.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
I know where that's at, so... Nope.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
I will, but I don't want to ask you about stuff because they ain't got to know I'm snooping. Hello, ruffians. Oh, you reuse that model. That's weird. We're still arguing about it. Okay. Ooh, lighthousey. So, my main objective is to get to Warehouse 36, but I feel like I should wander around a bit.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
The cops, they can't understand.
There's another reused model. Where are we going? I'm getting in so much trouble.
There. Hello, old friend.
Yeah, found liquor. Ah, that's how you light it up. Cool, I can do that. Okay, where are we going? It's kind of weird.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. I have no idea what it says.
Your subtitles don't always match. That's kind of messing with me. So I got a bottle of whiskey, a desecrated saint statue, a couple reused guys, a couple guys fishing. Nice, slow, and calm. Hey, buddy. Oh. You two look
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Is he?
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
This Cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
This Cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Hold on just a minute.
Come
We didn't
on.
tell you a thing.
You could.
Nothing at all.
You could have.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay, I'm starting to dig.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Where do you think you're going?
Find you a toupee or a hat because your head's shiny.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable. especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Oh, I don't want to talk to
again.
you.
I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Could you get worked up to a toupee?
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
Oh, said a naughty
I
word.
don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
Why?
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile of the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
So, I don't know. It seems like...
Well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
Yes.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business.
Bingo.
What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
Gravity?
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you shouldn't hide your hooch in a fisherman's hut.
Oop, running. So I got past the guards. Didn't really think I was going to be able to drink the hooch myself. I was hoping, though. Okay. Ah, Ricky ladder. Go. Nope. Oh, that's nasty.
Let's see.
It does like me to spend a second there to do stuff.
Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Wow, trip. Bright light, warning.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. It smells as bad as it looks.
Okay, they are fish. I was thinking they're people. So this investigative mode reminds me kind of Assassin's Creed.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
No, I'm not leaving it yet.
What happened here?
He punched it. I dig.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
So somebody had a bad trip. Carnal worship and desire? This is their warehouse. Pretty trippy.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case.
Hey, babe.
In there? You, don't move.
I'm moving.
Detective Pierce, I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer.
Yeah, you do.
We should help each other.
We should.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
You're
All
not.
right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
I feel like I'm missing so much with Cat.
Please shut the door. And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Well, if he, maybe he had a better toupee.
Damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Ooh, burn.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Oh.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
All right.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Oh, that's spooky. Nice haunted house. I do enjoy it. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, a sign of recent occupation as well as a partially charred painting. Interpreted and searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. Police officers willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Spooky house on Haunted Hill. Why is he all scarred up in the face, too?
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion.
It's a nice cutscene.
place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Oh, Winchester. Thought the mansion burnt in a fire. This place falling in ruin. You know the place very well. Let's not waste your time. Anything. I'm not smart enough.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
It's a good mentality to have.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
Is he?
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family.
That
So
sucks.
he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Yeah, I want to ask you some more. That's kind of sweet.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
I feel like you're lying
Could
to
he be
me.
a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched.
Yeah.
Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Now I'm curious about his travels.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Except...
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
I am actually going to spend some of my points. Yeah, let's try that one. Okay. I'm gonna call it here. I hope you're enjoying this. This is quite intriguing to me. It is slower than molasses. I will go through this a little bit better. Yeah, it explains everything. And the big clues. That is weird. So it is slower than Molasses. I'm not going to say it isn't. But we'll be returning to it. I will do this every Wednesday. I'll come back to this game, try to see where we're going with it. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. Think about sharing it, doing a sub. I apologize for the screw up. I'll get it fixed later. Figure out some way. But anyway, I'm the True Generic Gamer. Feel free to jump in the chat for free comments. I always respond. If there's something you want to see me play, and I have, or anything else, it's there. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure. We'll see where this goes. And as always, I'll see everybody in the funny pages.